All right, so now that you've got all the setup out of the way, let's get started by creating our very first app. Now, this app is called I Am Rich, and it comes from something really interesting that happened back in the days when we first had access to the iOS App Store. So, there was a guy called Armin Heinrich who created this app called I Am Rich. And the interesting thing was that it's a really simple app. It was put into the art and lifestyle category, but he charged a whopping $999.99. And all it does is it just displays a single red ruby on the screen, nothing else. It had no functionality, basically. And this app that took him probably 2 seconds to create ended up getting bought by about 8 people, some of whom thought it was a joke and they just clicked buy to see what would happen. Well, what happened was that they got charged the full amount, and there's a lot of really funny reviews for this app on the App Store. So subsequently, Apple actually removes this app because it doesn't actually have much functionality and it somewhat goes against the rules of the App Store. But the guy who created it still netted around $5,600 after Apple took a 30% cut from what he made selling those 8 apps. And to this day, you can still find copycat apps on the Android and Windows app stores for maybe a little bit less. The bargain bin price of $499, you can get yourself an I Am Rich app that does nothing on Windows. But it's a really, really funny story of how, I guess, a relatively ingenious guy decided that he would create this app for rich people to show off how rich they are. And it didn't really do anything at all other than display something on screen. But the reason why I'm telling you this story is because it's the perfect jumping off point for us to start figuring out how to create Xcode projects and iOS apps from scratch. So in this module, we're going to learn how to create and set up new iOS projects. We're going to get an overview of Xcode and how it works. We're going to design our app using Xcode and Apple's pre-built iOS components, and also incorporate some of our own image assets that we get either off the internet or our own pictures and images into the app. And finally, we're going to create a custom app icon to put onto our app and run it on a simulator and on a device. Once you're ready, head over to the next lesson and let's get started.